Hello, my name is Alex Krusnik, and this is my organizational behavior vlog number 2. So the topic for this week was, since personality is ineffective in terms of predicting performance, it's useless for understanding organizational life, and I'm either supposed to agree or disagree. Now the problem is, I think that part of it is true, is that you can't really, since personalities are so variable and constant, it's hard for them to predict performance. But I would also say that is incorrect because learning from the PENOS system, or the positive effect, negative effect system, you can learn if something's a state or a personal problem, or like a personal feeling. If something's a personal problem versus a state problem, a state of mind problem. And so it's very interesting how you can see you ask in the moment that there's so many variables: time of day, personal feelings, how lunch was, bodily functions, all these things that affect personality and therefore can affect performance and organizational behavior are so variable. Yet you can measure the overall not state, but personal personality, the overall personality in general. Because if there's feelings of constant this emotion, then, and it's happening in general constantly, then it is most likely that is a personality trait that can be measured and can be assessed. You can't, but if it's a short term and it doesn't have that short term emotion, or that short term behavior isn't happening consistently and isn't happening over a long period of time, isn't happening in general, I would say that it would be incorrect to take that personality or that emotion and use it to assess the organizational behavior of an employee or of a team in that likelihood. I agree that I would say I disagree. I think being able to assess personality is effective only in the long term, consistently, because if so many things happen that if things happen all the time constantly, but there's always a default that people come back to. There's always a default that people come back to consistently. And, you might go to class and you get a call that your uncle died, and you were really close with your uncle, and it's now affected your ability to take notes in that class. That's what's happened. It's just affected your ability to take notes in that class because you're just thinking about everything, about something completely different than what's being presented in the lecture. And, that's something that is in the moment, I would say. Is that you won't feel, after hearing that immediate news, you will not feel that feeling for the rest of your life. Hopefully not. But that immediate feeling of dread and with that loss isn't going to affect your behavior forever. And so I think in the short term assessment, it's important to have a elongated assessment, having a substantial amount of time to assess a personality. Thank you.